I got an update for you on the Ram Rebel. This is kind of a long-term review type of series. 2019 Ram Rebel, bought it brand new, had like 17 miles on it or something like that, and just doing a variety of videos on it, on what I like, what I don't like. And of course, I have a pretty major update to share with you guys. Some of you guys might have already experienced this while looking around on Facebook and on some of the forums and just on Google in general. This is not entirely uncommon, and yeah, it got me. So check out the clip and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. Truck has 47,891 miles. So still super low miles, 2019. And it doesn't want to turn off. We're in park. The screen will turn off, but the truck is still running. And it flashes, I think it's something about the blind spot not being available. Nothing. Now it's back on. But it never turned off. The only thing that turns off and on is the screen. Wipers are still going, so that's nice. So anyway, as you can see, these trucks are so tough and so durable that they refuse to stop running. Literally, stop running. And that's exactly what happened. So I was on my way to work, pull into the parking lot, like any other day, not a big deal. Park it, hit the button, won't turn off. Hit it a couple times, nothing happens. I double checked that it was in park, tried neutral, tried reverse, tried every gear. Pressed the ignition button, pressed and hold, tried just about everything that I could. The only reaction that I was getting is every now and then the screen would turn off, the main screen. Sometimes that would turn off, turn back on, but it was inconsistent and it just wouldn't turn off. So I went ahead and called the dealership, told them what was going on. They said that they don't do walk-ins or drive-ins, so then I would have to schedule something. And since it wouldn't turn off, I just let them know that I was bringing it in, so they were going to do a walk-in. So I took it down there. They took a look at it. They ran some codes. They ran the test on it. The initial thoughts was that it was the ignition switch, which would make sense. After checking it, it came back fine. And what it turned out to be was, I have it right here. So here was the code that it threw out. It was a U103C, which is a keyless ignition code communication. It's here, that way I make sure I get it right. It was a faulty ignition code, which is KIN, I believe. I'm not an expert, but I mean, this is what I was able to find out. Keyless ignition node harness is open and shorted, is the notes that I got. And that the circuit had poor electrical connection, faulty radio frequency. So it was the hub that was the problem, and that is behind the back door under the window. What's interesting is that after picking it up, and it took about a week to fix because they had to get the parts in. After picking it up, the technician asked me if we'd spilt any water on it. And that seemed kind of odd. I mean, we hadn't. And so he said that it was wet, that there was moisture, was wet, and he believes that that's what shorted it out. What's weird is it's behind the seat, so we would have had to spill water like behind the seat, which seems odd. Except during that week, there was a lot of rain. There was a ton of rain, and my wife did say that she noticed something the day before the truck did this. She was driving. It was raining at the time. She did have the window closed at the time. And the truck died on her. It turned off, just straight up. It turned off, put itself in gear, and then she had to start it again and I think she had to press the button a couple times. So I think the hub was already going out, and then it just totally died when I drove it the next day. Check this out. All right, back here, as many of you know, there it is right there, that infamous crack every time. And it's on both sides, I think. Do I have it? Is it on both sides? I think it's on both. So personally, my theory was that because the rear window is cracked, the trim, it might just be the trim. I don't know if it's the seals. I don't know. But obviously water got through the back window and it shorted out the hub. Moral of the story, either make sure that you don't leave your rear window slightly cracked if you're going to have a lot of moisture or rain, because that'll get you. Or maybe it is because of that trim piece. You know, I don't know. I'm not an expert, but there you go. $685.88. It was $600 for the labor, $79.70 for the part. That's it. And a little bit for taxes and stuff like that. $600 worth of labor. It's all labor because you got to remove the seat and you got to get back in there and do the work. So if you have the know-how, you can do this yourself. Save yourself about $600 by just getting the part. The only part where it gets weird is having it coated. Like, you got to do coating or have it talk to the keys, either reset the keys or the modules, which, to be honest with you, I know nothing about. So if you know about it, or if you know how to do that, or a resource or something that would help, make sure that you post it in the comments down below. That way we can all help each other out. And if somebody runs into this problem and they ran into this code, then, you know, they don't have to go and spend almost $700 and wait a week for the dealership to do it. But if you do have to take it into the dealership, that's how much you're looking at. So I don't know. Or maybe it's only the dealership that can reset the codes and reset everything so that the computers and the keys talk to each other. I don't know. If you know, or if you have any info on that, definitely comments down below would be much appreciated. You know, $700 to fix it. It's a bummer that it was not covered by the warranty, because the truck has a 3-year and I think 36,000 mile bumper to bumper warranty. Of course, because I'm sitting at about 47 or so, it's no longer covered by the warranty. Only the powertrain is covered now, and that's the 5-year warranty. So that's kind of a bummer that at less than 50,000 miles, we're starting to have some of these issues. But, you know, it's hard to say whether it was just water that leaked in through a window, or if it's just the cracks or the seals. I don't know. I personally feel like as great as these trucks are, they have some weird problems. And I've noticed that in Facebook posts, you'll see people with the back windows blown out, the sunroofs blown out, and things like that. So it makes me think that something in the seals on the windows and in the glass is not very good on these trucks. And I think that that's probably what led to it. So anyway, something to think about if you and you run into that code. If it's not your ignition switch, check the hub behind the rear seat. Whether you can reprogram it or not, I don't know. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, throw it in the comments down below. I'm posting videos again pretty regularly, so make sure that you subscribe and keep up to speed on everything that we got going on. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, y'all.